Hi, this is Greg from TotalMuayThai.com. I'm here with one of the top American Muay Thai fighters, Kevin Ross, the Soul Assassin. Hey Kevin, what's happening, man?
Just here at the fights, man. I'm about to get started here. Looking forward to some good action tonight.
Yeah, so anyway, we're kicking back. We're at Battle of the Desert 4. We got a lot of great fights. I just checked out the venue, everything. It's a great venue. I'm really excited about the fight. Basically, there's no one better to talk about basic martial arts principles, Muay Thai principles, than Kevin Ross from a Muay Thai student perspective. Now, we see a lot of Muay Thai practitioners do particular things, and obviously we'd like to talk to Kevin about ways to evade particular things. I see a lot of guys like Buakaw, a lot of times they throw the left kick to the liver. You know, the liver obviously is a very large organ. It's not protected. A lot of guys, especially in boxing, like we take for instance Bernard Hopkins. This is not Muay Thai, but this is boxing. When Bernard Hopkins hit Oscar De La Hoya with the liver, De La Hoya went down instantly. We take Ricky Hatton. When he hit Jose Luis Castillo in the liver, these guys drop particularly. And I see a lot of guys like Koch and Malapet. Well, a lot of these Thai fighters throw a lot of kicks to the liver, trying to, obviously, I guess if they get hit, punctured in that organ, they succumb and they kind of just fall down. It's hard for them to get their composure back from that. How do you as a fighter try to evade the liver kick in a fight?
I mean, that just comes from having good defense and you know, being able to see kicks well. I mean, obviously, the Thais are always going to be good at kicking really well, and if they got someone in front of them that doesn't defend kicks well, it's basically like them doing pad work on you. I mean, they're going to have their way with you with their kicks, and you know, they as soon as they see, you know, some real flush ones land and that they're affecting you, I mean, they're going to keep going to that same spot over and over and over again. So being able to learn all the techniques in Muay Thai, especially in the kicks, you know, when you're going up against any other country, really, I mean, especially the Thais, you better be able to defend kicks well, or else, you know, it's going to be a short night for you. So, you know, learning those good basics in the beginning and being able to adjust to those sort of things, and getting good at seeing those kicks come, or knowing how somebody's actually setting them up, or looking for those shots, you know, with anything really, not just kicks, but, you know, being able to see what it is they're looking to do, and to be able to avoid them or counter them or block them.
I mean, for instance, when we have a low kick below the waist, obviously you're going to raise your leg and check, but with something with the midsection, basically we have the low kicks you block with your legs, the head kicks you block with your hands, but something to the midsection, how do you go about evading that? Do you use footwork?
Well, I mean, first you need to block with your shin if you're going to block it, just like you would a low kick. You know, you need to pick your leg up and block those body kicks. You know, there's ways to take the kick and move with it, you know, take it on the arms and take a little step with it, and ways to counter like that. But if you're just standing there, even if you got your arms down and you continually take those kicks to the body, one, it's going to take it out of you inside. I mean, it's going to wear you out, and eventually just from getting kicked in the arms repeatedly, it's going to drop your hands, and now your whole face is wide open. And you know, it just shuts you down completely. You know, you're continually getting kicked like a heavy bag. You know, but one, not being there to get hit is a good idea. But if you're a type of person like I am, who's going to go forward and is not going to run from anybody, you better be able to check those kicks or counter effectively enough to where now they got to think about every time they hit you, you're hitting them back with 5, 6 things. You know, so that they're not just going to be laying into you like, you know, they don't have a care in the world.
What about as far as catching kicks? I mean, you rarely see guys catch kicks below the waist. Have you ever in your career, I mean, would you recommend not to try and catch kicks below the waist? Does that set you up for a punch?
You know, I've found myself pretty adept at catching leg kicks. I mean, most of the time I would prefer to block them. I mean, somebody that's really good at kicking the legs, it's going to be really hard to catch. You know, somebody that kicks properly, it's hard to catch those leg kicks. when people don't commit to them and when they hesitate, those are really, one, they're easy to see, and one, they're really easy to grab, because they're not committing to them, so they're not going completely through the target, through your leg. So after they kick you, their leg's just sitting there for you to grab. But yeah, you do got to watch out for people faking you and kicking you in the head, or faking the leg kick and coming with the punches. So I would say for someone to learn how to defend them properly by checking them first before they go to catching them. I mean, you don't want to just show someone that you're not going to check their kicks. You know, you want them to hesitate when they do go to kick your legs, and then that way it's easier for you to grab if that's what you're looking to do.
I mean, through your professional career, when you first started catching kicks, was it painful? I mean, now is it, when you check a kick, does it not hurt as much? Are your shins conditioned now, or does it still hurt?
What I mean? Like, even if you got 300 fights, it's still painful to check kicks and things like that. You know, you're always going to have pain. It's a matter of, one, being able to deal with it, and two, yeah, you do get conditioned and it's not as painful, but Muay Thai is a painful sport, no matter how conditioned you are. So it's just one of those things, like, I mean, you look at guys and, you know, you see them blasting each other in the shins or just taking these kicks over and over, and you're like, well, like, it doesn't seem like it's affecting them at all. I guarantee you it's hurting them. They just know how to deal with it, and they are conditioned to it. So
what about during the fight? Do you feel the pain of checking the kick during the fight, or is there so much adrenaline going during the fight that you're not even thinking about
it? Even if you do feel it, even if it is the most painful thing in the world, a split second later, you're getting hit with something else, so it's not like you have time to think about it. I mean, if you're running from someone that's trying to kill you with a gun and you stub your toe, like, you're not going to feel it.
Right, exactly.
Or you're not going to think about it. You might feel it, you know what I mean? It's not.
But it kind of goes out the window because you're trying to survive.
Yeah, your focus immediately shifts to something else. Like, you don't have time to dwell on the pain, but afterwards, you know, the next day you're crippled. You know what I mean? It hurts.
What about as far as the clinch? Is it most important for you to get the inside position?
No, and a lot of people, they get so focused on trying to grab that head. You know, I mean, most of the time I'll just give people my head, because somebody that is really good at the clinch, you're rarely ever going to, or two guys that are really good at the clinch, you're never really going to see them just go for that head. I mean, it's so easy to get out of it and to counter it and to put somebody else in a much worse position, that you kind of more see that neutral position, you know, maybe one over, one under, and they're jockeying for position. But as far as like someone just going for that one thing, you want somebody to overcommit. Like, if somebody's clinched with me and I see they're just going for that head or that upper control, I'm like, no, I'm gonna come under and get the body lock and I'm gonna dump you on your head. You know what I mean? The clinch game with two people that are really good it's more like a chess match. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to outbalance each other, and yeah, if you get somebody hurt, then yeah, you go to that dominant position and, you know, drive their head into your knee. But very rarely at the top level do you see that happening. You know, it's very rare.
Kevin, what about your future? Do you have any fights lined up in the works right now?
No, nothing's lined up. I'm trying to get something set up in January, possibly. There's no real fights going on in December, and you know, the holidays and everything. But there's a few shows in January, and if I don't end up getting on one of them, I'm gonna go back to Thailand for some time and get some fights over there if I have to.
Is there any like camp that you have in mind in Thailand?
Well, I went to Sitmonchai last time, which I really liked, and I'm probably gonna go back there again. Just it was nice being out of Bangkok, you know, out of the city. Clean air and just the atmosphere out there, and I really enjoy it.
Is that in Phuket or Pattaya?
No, it's about 2 hours north, and I can't remember the name of the...
Was that the one you went to with Chaz Mulkey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you fought at Lumpini or Rajadam?
Nope. No. Never have. Actually, what was it, last year when I was at Sisong Pinong, I was supposed to fight at Lumpini, and that's unfortunately when the riots happened, and the Lumpini was closed when I was supposed to fight, and they moved the fight down to Phuket, or Pattaya, and ended up fighting there, which I was pretty bummed about, but no, I never fought there.
Well, you know, Kevin, I really appreciate you sharing some of these inside tips with, you know, people who are studying Muay Thai, and you know, all students, you know, we study the sport like a language, like with music or anything, so any student of Muay Thai really appreciates any insider tip that you have to share.
It's my pleasure, man.
So you take it easy, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.